Zaffa presents An Island Promise, written by Patricia Wilson and read by Mira Dovreni. Prologue. Corfu, Greece, 1967. Elegant trees stretched to the sky around the grand villa of Mon Repos, shading an elderly nun from the sun's fierce heat. On a manicured scrap of lawn, hidden behind a glut of ancient woodland, Reverend Mother fell to her knees. She embraced the cool ground against her tired shins and enjoyed the sweet, earthy scent of spring that rose from the grass. Birds trilled their joyful songs, welcoming this season of growth and colour and new life. Insects hummed a contented melody from honeysuckle vines that tangled lazily through a gnarled acacia. With hands clasped in prayer against her dull grey habit, Reverend Mother Superior Alice, Abbess of St. Mary and Martha Convent, gazed to the heavens, where cotton-wool clouds hung lazily in a dazzling sky. "Look at that, blue as the stripes on a new Greek flag. How can anyone doubt there's a God on such a glorious day, Maria?" She doubled over and buried her forehead in the short pasture. The early April sun sliced through tall cypress trees, sending long shadows, like prison bars, over the area, lashing the Reverend Mother's shoulders. A peacock released its plaintive cry. Spooked by the eerie sound, young novice Maria crossed herself and cast a nervous glance around the deserted area. Meanwhile, Mother Superior reprimanded her god. "Holy Father, of all things, have you forgotten the line, 'Give us this day our daily bread'? The little nippers down here are starving. I know you've a lot on your plate, if you'll excuse my turn of phrase, but these innocents have nothing to eat. Please remember the poor, the weak, and the starving children of Greece, and particularly those in troubled Athens, where things are really terrible right now." She considered the past 20 years. Greece had endured a Second World War, a civil war, and now martial law. In terrible prison camps, Greeks tortured their fellow countrymen to death. Would this land Alice loved so much ever be free of troubles? The sun rose above the conifers and elms, banishing shadows and bathing the devout woman in a pool of shimmering light. "And if you can, spare a little holy oil for my knee joints, dear Jesus," she begged, unable to get up. "Maria, give me a hand." The young novice jumped out of her daydream, watchful of the angular 71-year-old. "Yes, Holy Mother." Unsure of herself, Maria wanted to please the abbess, especially after the dramatic and heartbreaking stories she'd heard. The old woman smiled kindly. "Just Mother, if you please, sister." Maria, a homely girl from a poor background, had gasped in awe when she learned her superior's long royal title. She had told her own mother, "They say she's not just the abbess, but a real princess and a living saint." Mother Alice's legendary bravery and loyalty to the poor had stirred the heart of every Christian in the convent and beyond. Rumour said she had founded the Greek Orthodox convent in a hamlet outside Athens in memory of her Russian aunt. The Grand Duchess Elizabeth Feodorovna, who also devoted herself to the starving, had been most horribly murdered by her fellow countrymen. "Help me to the bench and light me a cigarette, child," the abbess ordered, tugging a flattened pack of Karelia and a box of Swan Vestas from her habit pocket. She gazed out from the grounds of Mon Repos, across the Corfu Strait, where the sea shimmered turquoise near the shore, darkening through aquamarine and eventually reflecting the cobalt sky. A glorious postcard picturesque view, divided on the horizon by the majestic Albanian mountains. Chiselled peaks pierced the heavens, and valleys melted into a pale sea mist. "Who can doubt
Sample complete. Ready to continue?